Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
Oh boy, the drama in the WNBA is going crazy. Man, after we see Cheryl Reeve crashed out last night over the incident, what happened to her superstar, Nafisha Collier, and her comments at her post-game conference, the league say, guess what? You get to stay home in a pivotal game, elimination game on Sunday when the Phoenix Mercury has a chance to knock off the Minnesota Lynx to send them home. That's nasty work right there. It's nasty work. Now, I did a video last night about it, and I stand by my comments because people saying that what Cheryl Reeve did was unnecessary. It was a warrant, but she was standing up for her player. Her player was getting beat up all night long. And me personally, hey, there's only 21 seconds left in the game. There was nothing the Minnesota Lynx could do. But that last play that translated into AT getting a steal and laid the ball out where her and feet collided. Now, let's clear up some things because the NBA referees came out and said that was a fair play. I have heard many people say it was a fair play. Again, that was not a fair play because even though she made a clean steal, the initial contact is what it is. And if you look into the WNBA rule book, that contact warrants a foul. You can look it up. You know what I'm saying? So people that saying that, hey, it's this and that, just look it up. It blatantly says that any initial contact. Matter of fact, when I'm doing this video, I will pull it up for you so you can see. Anyway, but I think what Cheryl Reeves got suspended for actually was her language in the post conference. And then she literally said, there needs to be change of leadership at the top. Some people say, well, she was talking about the referees. She wasn't talking about Kathy. Well, who you think is over the referees? It don't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, people. Kathy Ingeberg. This is what Kathy Ingeberg wanted. This is what she instilled into the league, the physicality aspect. We have seen countless times that players in this league had got hurt, hair got pulled, eyes got scratched, beat up, players out for the season. So what Cheryl Reeves did, now she could have went by it a different way. I agree. But you in the heat of a moment, you in a playoff game. You don't have time to be checking your emotions when you coaching a team and your team is getting knocked around all game long. Yeah, granted, they lost at home field advantage. Whatever the case might be, yeah, Phoenix was getting the best of them. I could care less about that. But when you still trying to get your team to win and you not getting a fair share of calls, okay. You have heard Becky Hammond whining, complaining about the physicality of the Indiana Fever, and they doing more of the physicality themselves, all the hooking and stuff. So it's fair play. We heard it in the last series with the Atlanta Dream and the Fever. We heard it with the Seattle. We heard it with New York. We heard it with all of this. So at this point in time, coaches are fed up with it. They are fed up. So let's jump to X real quick, because boy, when I tell you, stuff is getting real out here. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one either. Oh man. Okay, hold on. So here we go. So Let me see if y'all can see that. Nope. Let me move that real quick. Oh. There we go. So, Minnesota League Cheryl Reeve have been suspended for 1 game for her conduct and comments during and following the Lynx loss to the Mercury, 84-76. It was announced today by the WNBA. Her conduct and comments include aggressive pursuing and verbal abusing a game official on the court, failure to lead the court in a timely manner upon her rejection with 21.8 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter, inappropriate comments made to fans during her exit of the court, and remarks made in a post-game press conference. Reeves will serve the suspension tomorrow when the Lynx play the Mercury in Game 4 in the team's semifinal series. In addition, Reeves' assistant coaches Eric Tilbert and Rebecca Brunson have also been fined. Tilbert was fined for his inappropriate interaction with official on the court. Brunson was fined for an inappropriate social media comment directly at the WNBA officials. So let me say this real quick for y'all. Now, if you go back and watch the last video, why they ain't did anything to Satu Sabli? Because she pushed a coach. She pushed the opposing coach. A player ain't supposed to have that kind of interaction, physical contact. So I wonder why they haven't did anything to that. Now, Cheryl Reeve been in this league for a long, long time, and she has had some viral moments. This ain't her first rodeo with this stuff right here. This ain't her first rodeo. But in the heat of a moment, I could see her reaction to this. I could see this. I could understand it from her point. And if people don't understand, I guess now this is the rule right here that came up. Somebody looked at it. So I want to show y'all this. It says, since people want to say that was a fair, clean play, I'm gonna break it down to you. In the WNBA play, a defender can attempt to steal the ball without contact, but illegal contact with the other player's body while stealing is a foul, regardless of the defender intent of the contact impact. Defender players have the right to legally establish position, but they cannot move into the opponent's path once they establish position. So again, if you know sports and you play sports, then you understand that. So let's not sit here and act like we clueless and we don't understand sports, or well, some of y'all probably do, but at the same time, it clearly states Fee had every right to establish her position. When she got the ball, she was on an angle coming. She came in the angle. You know what I'm saying? And got the steal, but she collided. Now the contact, happens, but still, any point of contact, if it was a clean steal and she didn't touch her body, no foul. But she made contact initially after she stole the ball, because she had to still go through Nafisha Collier to get the ball. It's not like she made a steal and kept running. She made contact. This is not rocket scientists, guys. This is not rocket scientists. It only takes a simple amendment to look it up and find the rule and to understand you can't make contact. You know what I'm saying? That's like a wide receiver going down the field and the defender blocks his way and not allowing him that 5-yard grace. And he doesn't get the benefit of a holding call. You know what I'm saying? Or pass interference if you're going straight down the field. You have to give that player enough time to establish themselves. She didn't give him enough time to establish. AT didn't give her enough time to establish herself. She ran right into her, ran and poked the ball out and ran through her, and they collided. Fee had every right to establish herself. So that's that. Now I'm gonna show you a clip of Kathy Engelberg talking about the physicality because she was on, in case you missed this podcast with Kristen Williams, and listen to Kathy Engelberg real quick.
Another area I think of concern was regarding the officiating this season. I know that's something that's talked about year over year. What steps is the league taking to ensure like the fair and consistent calls are being made throughout like these high stake playoff games?
Yeah, I think Christina, I smiled when you started that question because I don't think it's just this year. I think every year everybody complains about officiating, by the way, in every sport. So, but that means people.
Excuse me. First of all, not every year, last year to this year, because we seen when Caitlin Clark came in the league and what was transpired to Caitlin Clark. We seen it this year where in the Atlanta game, Brittany Griner elbowed Caitlin Clark in the face or come around the screen. Then you seen Ryan Howard picking her up. And people wants to sit here and this is where I be just getting irritated because people sit here talking about all the reason why she's getting picked up like that because she don't have no handles. Man, come on. The girl is a threat anytime she touches the field. Let me tell you something. Okay, say for instance, they don't guard her like that. And she stopped knocking down 30-foot jumpers after 30-foot jumpers and hitting them and scoring at will from the arc. Teams going to adjust to that and try to take that away from her. They don't want her to be established because Caitlin Clark is a great passer and she's a great facilitator and she's a great scorer. So people just want to sit here and say nitpick her game and say, oh well, she can't dribble, and then sit here and say, well, Paige got a lot of package. Paige don't even get picked up like that. She's not even a threat from 3-point line. Anyway, carry on.
They care so much, and we hear the concerns from the ecosystem in our league, whether it's fans, players, coaches. We take it seriously. We understand there's frustration. Our game is constantly evolving. We just talked about the speed, talent, and physicality, and we recognize that, as leagues change and rules change and players get bigger and stronger and faster, and the officiating needs to change. So as our game evolves, we'll continue to work hard on officiating. We do have a thorough process. I didn't know this until I came into a league because I was one of those complaining about officiating in all sports before I became a commissioner, but thorough process to becoming an official, extensive training and education, but also the accountability on a nightly basis, every single game, every single play, call or not.
That's a lie. There is no accountability in every single game because these referees continue to make the same bonehead mistake over and over again. And you've seen it in the playoffs how they are. I can't understand why she just sits up here and lie like that. And then you wonder why somebody like Cheryl Reeves called her out in the post-game conference.
A call is reviewed. There's evaluations. So teams have the opportunity to provide feedback. So we're working as hard as we can to make sure we're getting consistent officiating, but I understand the frustrations and we hear them.
Another area.
Man, Kathy Engelberg is ridiculous, man. She is ridiculous. She's ridiculous. She's ridiculous. She sit up there basically just lied about it, lied how it is. So if in case you missed this part about Cheryl Reeves, here you go.
And we talked about how dangerous it can be. You're hearing it from the other series. You're hearing other coaches. You're hearing Becky talk about when you let the physicality happen, people get hurt. There's fights. And this is the look that our league wants for some reason. We were trying to play through it. We tried not to make excuses. One of the best players in the league shot 0 free throws. 0. And she had 5 fouls. 0 free throws. Got her shoulder pulled out and finished the game with her leg being taken out and probably has a fracture. And so if this is what our league wants, okay. But I want to call for a change of leadership at the league level when it comes to officiating. It's bad for the game. the officiating crew that we had tonight, for the leadership to deem those three people semifinals playoff worthy is fucking malpractice. I can take an L with the best of them. I don't think we should have to play through more than what they did. We got players, Masha's on the glass and gets fucking cracked, and there's no call. And all of them said, it wasn't my call. I don't know. I didn't have that. I didn't see it that way. They're fucking awful.
And and y'all don't understand why she's upset. Y'all certainly don't understand why she's upset. Yeah, her conduct on the court could have been different, but guess what? Like I said before, it's in the heat of the moment. Her player is getting mauled, beat up all game long. Nothing's being done, no calls, whatever the case may be. I wish Stephanie White did that for Caitlin Clark this year. Being honest, I think the more of these coaches start calling out the leadership in the league, maybe they'll start taking this stuff seriously. Because guess what? Whether you like Cheryl Reeve or you don't like Cheryl Reeve, but she has a point. It's getting to a point where it's out of hand. It's getting ridiculous. You got fans, us, and everybody else that's watching this game gets mad and turn off because they tired of the nonsense with the referees and the physicality of the game. So you heard what Kathy Engelberg say. She's dumb and clueless, man. She is so dumb and clueless because she don't get it. She likes this stuff. Now you have one of your coaches got on the podium and called you out. Now somebody said in one of my videos said, "Oh, she didn't call out Kathy Engelberg." So what change of leadership means to you? That's who's over the official. What change of leadership means? She was talking about Kathy Engelberg. Me personally, it's crazy. It's sad to see because now she's suspended. She is suspended. And guess what's going to happen? If Fee can't play tomorrow night because of that incident, you best believe Cheryl Reeve ain't going to shut up after this. You think that one game suspension is going to keep her quiet, especially if she's suspended and Fee might not play tomorrow night? Kathy Engelberg, you best be. I can tell you this: these coaches in this league is tired of you. They tired of you and they want you gone. Simple as that. Like, comment, subscribe. Until the next episode, this is your boy, Livewire Sports Media.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Livewire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Livewire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.